So here's part B, our second problem in example 4. This is the equation we are given. And if you notice, it is not ready. It is not in standard form. Remember, your standard form has to look like this, where your x and y terms are on the same side of the equal sign, where you clearly don't have that right here. I need to move this x over to be with the y. That's the only way we can get our special points, is if the x and the y terms are on the same side. So if I want to move this over, you guys have got to remember, just change the sign and it goes over to the other side. So that gives me negative x plus y equals negative 2. Remember that negative 2 stays put over there because it doesn't have any variables. If I look at this equation a little closely, I realize that not only do I have a negative in front of the x, it's a negative 1. And for my y, I have a positive 1. I need to get my x-intercepts, my y-intercepts. Once I've got them, I can plot them on the graph, connect them, I have my line. So for my x-intercepts, you got to remember y is equal to 0. So if y is equal to 0, this whole term is gone. You're left with negative 1x equals negative 2. Well, what do you do from there? You divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1. X equals positive 2. Because negative 2 divided by negative 1 is a positive 2. So your x-intercept is 2, 0. Okay? That's what we're going to plot on our line. For the y-intercept, that's when your x equals 0. So I go back to my equation, and when x is 0, this entire term is gone. And you're left with 1y equals negative 2, or just y equals negative 2. So the work is done. You don't need to divide anything. You don't need to do anything, because once you cover this up, y is negative 2, there's nothing else to do. So your x-intercept becomes 0, negative 2. So your special points, here, here. Then all you got to do is plot the points on your graph. Take it over here to the side. My x-intercept is 2, 0. I go to the right, plot it. My y-intercept is 0, negative 2. Negative means I go down 2, plot it. Then you connect those dots and you got yourself a nice pretty line. That's all you do. Standard form, those 2 special points, probably the easiest method of graphing a line. Now we've got one more, I believe. Yes, we've got one more. And this one is so easy. Like, I don't know why I didn't make this one like letter A, but I didn't. If you look closely at letter C, they don't give you an equation. They don't give it to you. They just want you to graph the line that has the intercepts given to you. So for letter C, your x-intercept is 3. That's what you put in the blank. And your y-intercept is 5. Put that in that blank. Well, if they tell you what the x-intercept is and the y-intercept, these are the actual numbers that you're going to be moving on your x and y axis. So all you need is your coordinate plane. If the x-intercept is 3, that's telling you you go to the right 3, plot it. If your y-intercept is 5, that 5 is positive, so you go up 5, plot it. Connect the dots. Ooh, that's kind of crooked. Connect the dots, and you get your line. So is this difficult? No, not really. But pay attention and don't let the little things like your signs and all that mess you up. For this homework, I want you to do, I think there's 16 problems. I would like you to do the evens before you walk into my classroom. For your homework, because this just took about 15 minutes to get these videos done, right? Didn't take long. So I want you to take your time and go do the even numbers for your homework, I should have passed out the worksheet. I want you to try the even numbers before you walk into room C25. Okay? Even numbers. I'll see you in class.